you.
Well, thanks for coming in, folks. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thanks so much.
Any further questions at all, please give me a call.
Thanks for
My
your
number's
help.
right on the card.
Sorry to interrupt. Bill, just wanted to let you know the Murphy's coach is ready to go.
Thanks.
You work in the service department?
Yeah.
You must know everything about motorhomes.
Well, I've been working on them for a few years, and I know how they're put together. Say, we just closed up the shop for the day. How would you folks like to come back and see what's under all those shiny exteriors?
Well, if you've got the time, we'd love it.
Sure, follow me. You see, there's a whole other side to the motorhome story. I mean, a lot of them look great, but they're not all built the same. You want to know what I really think?
You bet.
I think if you're really serious about getting the best motorhome for your money, you should take a trip to Forest City, Iowa, and take the Winnebago Industries factory tour. Trust me, you'll really be impressed. But in the meantime, I can cover some of the highlights here at the dealership.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Way back in 1958, a travel trailer factory opened in Forest City, a small Midwestern town in northern Iowa. Now, Forest City is just what you'd picture when you think of a community with family values and a strong work ethic. Still is today, in fact. Anyway, this trailer factory was purchased by 5 Forest City businessmen, and in 1960, the company's name became Winnebago Industries. And that's when things began to take off. 6 years later, the first motorhome rolled off the line.
You know, our salesman was telling us the first Winnebago Industries motorhomes were very innovative.
Yeah, they were, and they still are today. When they first began, Winnebago Industries adopted assembly line production and a lot of other innovative manufacturing practices. They made history in the RV industry by offering a quality product that sold at about half the price of their competitors' models.
That still makes good sense.
And that focus on innovation and value continues to this day. As a matter of fact, many of the features you saw as you walked through the showroom earlier originated with Winnebago Industries. You know, many of the company's employees are actually RV enthusiasts themselves, so they're always suggesting improvements. Plus, Winnebago Industries regularly conducts surveys and focus groups with customers, and they're continually getting feedback from dealers all across the country. They take all of this input, carefully analyze it, and use it to develop products and features that maximize interior living space and functionality. That makes RVing even more fun and enjoyable. They call it smart space design.
So how do they get from the idea stage to the actual production line?
Well, once an idea is approved, then design and engineering begin. Did you know that it takes over 3,000 parts to build a motorhome? At Winnebago Industries, computer-aided design ensures that those parts are engineered to exact specifications. The designers use computer modeling and create life-size mock-ups to make sure everything is right before an idea ever goes into production. They even build full-size clay models to help the engineers create and refine their design concepts. Believe it or not, up to 12,000 pounds of clay go into each model. Once the designs are finalized, this information is electronically transferred to a computer-controlled precision tooling machine called a multi-axis mill. The mill creates a precision model of the component, which is used to create the master mold. It's used to manufacture the specific part.
So tell me, Tim, you work on these vehicles all the time. What part do you consider the most important?
Well, I guess it would have to be the superstructure and the chassis. It's the backbone of the motorhome. Some motorhome companies infer that their self-built chassis are as good as those from a major chassis manufacturer. But for my money, nothing beats a chassis that's been engineered for a specific motorhome by a top chassis supplier. Winnebago Industries gets their chassis from a number of leading manufacturers. Their engineers work closely with the supplier's engineers to develop chassis for specific models. This lets them offer floor plans and products to meet the needs of today's RVers. And in some cases, these chassis designs are exclusive to Winnebago Industries. You can't get them anywhere else. In fact, that's the case with the new Evolution chassis they developed with Freightliner. When you visit the factory, you'll see that every motorhome first starts to take shape in the chassis weld area. Individual chassis are prepped for production using rigorous quality standards. Sometimes the length is modified to increase the wheelbase.
Well, it sure sounds like Winnebago Industries builds quality from the ground up.
Oh, I agree. And they bring that same quality focus to the cab structure. Did you know that some other coaches actually use wood as part of this critical structure?
You're kidding.
When you visit Forest City, you'll see truckloads of raw steel being brought in. Winnebago Industries uses steel in its cabs and superstructure to create the foundation of every one of their motorhomes. Some is shaped in a huge 500-ton press. Some is processed by laser cutters, which maintain tolerances of 2/100ths of an inch. And the tighter the tolerance, the better the parts fit and perform. Because the lasers are so precise, operators get the most out of every piece of steel. That reduces waste, increases efficiency, and helps hold costs down. Some of the steel is processed by a new state-of-the-art automated metal shearing machine that loads material, punches, shears, and sorts scrap, and conveys completed parts to the operator automatically. Most important, the cab becomes part of Winnebago Industries' unique superstructure design. Superstructure combines steel and extruded aluminum components to create interlocking joint construction for added strength and durability. Then, once the cab and superstructure components are built, they go through a special 12-stage electrodeposition system called E-coat. Huge 18 to 22,000 gallon immersion baths are used to clean, acid etch, then coat each piece with state-of-the-art protection against rust and corrosion. The coating is literally baked on. That's real protection, the kind you can count on for years to come.
But will the motorhome be comfortable for years to come?
Oh, you bet. Winnebago Industries have ergonomically designed their cabs for comfort over the long haul. And controls and components are easily situated for access in case they need servicing. And while we're talking about the cab, I'll let you in on another little secret. Not everybody installs their windshields the same way Winnebago Industries does. Some of them use hard rubber gaskets, and car makers haven't used that method to mount windshields for decades. Winnebago Industries mounts their windshields the same way car companies do today. They're bonded in steel with a special non-hardening sealant for strength and durability. Winnebago Industries mounts their cabs to the chassis using an advanced alignment system. It perfectly positions the cab and floor structures, ensuring a square foundation to build on. It's the kind of attention to detail you'll see everywhere in Forest City. Now, once the chassis is completed, it moves on to the main production line in a building they call Big Bertha. And big is an understatement. Wait till you see it. It's the size of 8 football fields. And the layout and organization are incredible. It takes about a day and a half for a motorhome to go through Bertha.
It sounds like there's a lot more going on at Winnebago Industries than simply assembling motorhomes.
You're absolutely right. When you take the factory tour, you'll see that Winnebago Industries is actually manufacturing its motorhomes on site, which is a big difference from simply assembling a vehicle. By manufacturing its own components, Winnebago Industries has more control over fit, finish, and quality.
So Winnebago Industries produces its own parts too?
You bet. Yes, it produces a lot of its own parts. For example, dash assemblies, shower surrounds, bathtubs, and shower pans are made using a precision vacuform molding process. This reduces the number of seams and fasteners. Durable, lightweight fiberglass parts like this front end cap are produced at the company's fiberglass facility. And molded plastic parts are made on special rotocast machines. It's a pretty slick operation. First, powdered plastic is placed into a rotational mold. Then the mold is heated as it turns. The powder melts and evenly coats the inside of the mold. The result is a seamless tank that fits perfectly into the motorhome. In fact, before installation, a submersion test is used to check every tank for leaks.
What are some of the other benefits of on-site manufacturing?
Well, besides quality control, one of the key benefits is being able to design parts to fit the available space. That means more room for storage and better weight distribution. Plus, since Winnebago Industries retains molds and tooling from past model years, a new part can be made to the original specifications for years to come. Not many RV manufacturers offer that type of customer service. Once the tanks are securely mounted, the floor is set in place, and the carpet and floor coverings are installed. Next, the completed interior walls drop down from the overhead assembly area and are set in place in the coach. Then, the sidewalls are installed. Let me tell you something else about sidewalls. This is another one of those areas where things can look similar on the outside, but on the inside, there can be a world of difference.
And that's where we couldn't even see a potential problem.
That's right. Winnebago Industries invented a process called thermal panel construction, which creates roofs and sidewalls that are both lightweight and high strength. They begin with an exterior fiberglass skin, which is laminated to high-density block foam core with structural strength adhesive. Then, for maximum adhesion, the whole assembly passes through a pressure roller. Channels are then cut into the block foam using precision CNC routers. By the way, the foam material removed in this process is recycled. Reducing waste and recycling scrap is a passion with Winnebago Industries. Then, a strong welded aluminum framework is embedded in the wall. And steel reinforcing plates are positioned at points where an appliance or cabinet will attach to the sidewall. That means your appliances and cabinets are anchored in steel.
That makes perfect sense.
It sure does. I like the thought of my appliances being secured in steel.
Okay, back to the wall. After the interior of the wall is finished, the assembly is again passed through a pressure roller. And a computer-controlled router cuts out openings, such as doors and windows, to very precise tolerances. These cutouts don't go to waste either. They're reused. For example, the cutout for the entrance door will be used to create the finished door assembly for the very sidewall it was cut from, ensuring a perfect fit and color match. Once the sidewalls are in place, the back wall is positioned and attached. Now, if you want to see something really interesting, go up and check out the roof on a Winnebago Industries motorhome, and then compare it with the roof of the competition. The competition's is made of rubber.
Boy, theirs doesn't look very good.
Now, instead of a rubber roof, Winnebago Industries uses one-piece fiberglass roofs on all of their Winnebago and Itasca products. They're more durable than rubber, and they resist fading, chalking, and tearing. As part of their superstructure design, Winnebago Industries has developed an interlocking joint design that joins the roof, sidewalls, and floor together. This distributes the weight of the roof and sidewalls evenly onto the substructure. The resulting strength and structural integrity helps extend the life of the motorhome. Oh, and here's another instance where Winnebago Industries does it right: exterior trim. And I suppose by now you know where they get their trim?
Yeah.
That's right, they make it themselves, and they go through more than 500,000 pounds of aluminum every week. Using their own dies, they make components like door frames, roof coves, awning rails, and bumpers. The aluminum billets are heated to precisely the right temperature. Then, hydraulic rams force or extrude the softened aluminum through the die. After cooling, the long extrusions are cut into shorter, easy-to-handle lengths. Finally, they're shaped, bent, or milled depending on the application where it's needed. Much of the work is done by hand, but Winnebago Industries also uses robots to do some of the work. Floor trusses and similar items are welded together by a robotic welding system. The operator positions the parts to be welded, and the robotic welder provides consistently high-quality welds. The net result is welded aluminum components that are produced more efficiently, safely, and consistently. Some components are painted using a unique powder paint system. This electrostatic process actually draws the paint to the part, giving it an evenly coated, durable automotive finish. Then, longer components like awning rails and trim pieces are painted in a vertical painting system. Special disc applicators spin the paint into microscopic particles that are electrostatically bonded to the part. The resulting finish is far more durable and attractive than conventional spray painting. You probably noticed the beautiful cabinetry in the showroom.
Well, it was the first thing she looked at.
Winnebago Industries cabinets are built by some very skilled woodworkers who combine old-world craftsmanship with the latest technology. For example, incoming hardwood is graded by an experienced operator who identifies and marks defects. The wood is then placed on the bed of what's called an optimizing saw, where it's automatically scanned to determine the usable lengths in the lumber. The saw's computer compares the usable cut lengths to the daily cut list, placing a higher value on the longer cuts. The best value cuts are identified and made automatically by the saw in just a few seconds. An inkjet printer then labels the cut lengths with vital information, and the cut lengths are automatically delivered by conveyor to the proper destination using the label information. And after milling and jointing, the cabinet doors are finished with a special catalyzed varnish that enhances the look and durability of the finished piece.
I can certainly tell they're well made.
Yeah, Winnebago Industries does make a beautiful motorhome, but it doesn't just happen. The professional interior specialists work closely with the different design teams to combine fabrics, wall coverings, and carpet that will look great and wear well. Here too, technology helps to eliminate waste. A computerized cutting system cuts up to 40 layers of fabric at one time and helps get the best possible yield from every yard of fabric. From interior fabric to exterior finish, quality is what Winnebago Industries is all about. As part of the final process, the valance panel on almost all Winnebago Industries motorhomes receives a base coat and clear coat automotive finish. Base coat clear coat full body paint is also standard or available on many Winnebago Industries products. It's a commitment to quality that continues all the way through.
After it's assembled, what's left to do?
Every motorhome must pass numerous quality checks before it leaves the factory, including a dyno road test and a complete computerized front end alignment. Here in the water test booth, vehicles are drenched at the rate of 50 inches per hour to double check for leaks. One thing you'll find about Winnebago Industries, they never stop trying to improve. On the factory's test track, engineers collect important performance data that's carefully analyzed in their test labs. That helps improve the performance of current and future models. They also have a special shaker machine. In just 1 week, it can put the equivalent of 40,000 miles of road wear on a test vehicle. And get this, selected new designs are actually dropped to test the design of the substructure, sidewalls, and staying power of the interior components. As far as I know, no one else in the industry does that.
That's an incredible list of checkpoints. Is that everything?
Not quite. No motorhome is officially a Winnebago Industries motorhome until it passes a meticulous 113-point inspection in the ship-out department. Everything has to be perfect. That means by the time it gets to you, it's truly road ready.
And we can just take it and go.
That's right. But you'll leave here with the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've got Winnebago Industries behind you. Once you're out on the road, it's nice to know that if you ever need parts, their huge on-site warehouse facilities offer the most advanced parts support in the industry. Winnebago Industries has a program they call Trip Saver. It means that any qualifying in-stock emergency warranty part will be shipped from the factory within 24 hours. So I don't have to wait for parts, and neither do you.
Thanks for taking the time to show us what we don't get to see on the showroom floor.
Yes, I feel like a service technician myself now.
Oh, by the way, did I tell you that Winnebago Industries has the most comprehensive service training in the industry?
Why am I not surprised by that?
Wouldn't you know, they came back a few days later, talked to their salesperson about what they wanted, and got the motorhome of their dreams, a Winnebago Industries motorhome. I expect they'll also join WIT, the Winnebago Itasca Travelers Club, to get the most out of their experience. Take care. Nice people, but something tells me we won't be seeing much of them around here. For more information and the location of your local Winnebago Industries dealer, call 1-800-643-4892 or visit us on the web at winnebagoind.com.